It must be nice to get your best player back on the floor, especially when he gets going early by hitting 3 of his first 4 3-pointers, including a 4-point play. And I'll show you how his presence helped the Jazz score so many gosh darn points. But there is something else that stood out to me, and it's something you might miss watching in real time. So I want to go through a key component of the Jazz offense so we can all be aware of what the Grizzlies will or won't do to stop it in Game 3. We all know the pick and roll, one of the oldest plays in the book, but rarely do we spend time looking at the roll part. The Jazz hurt the Grizzlies with it in Game 1, but didn't look to get the ball there nearly enough. I'm sure Quinn Snyder emphasized this for Game 2, and if they win the series, it'll be an integral reason why. With Mitchell running point, he commands enough gravity where Jaren Jackson Jr. gets his feet above the 3-point line on this hedge. The slick bounce pass early gets Favors going downhill. This rotation by Memphis is a little out of the ordinary. The screen was going to the left, dictating that the weak side is the right side of the floor where Desmond Bane would normally tag the roller. But the Grizzlies opted to have Kyle Anderson come across to stop the roll. It's a long way to go, and he gets there just in time to foul Favors and give him free throws. This time, it's the usual lowest guy on the weak side of rotation, as Ja just wants to hang around while Bane reaches in and puts him on the line. Not the worst strategy considering Rudy is shooting 43% from the charity stripe. Mon Dieu! Our old friend Spain pick and roll features prominently in the Jazz offense as Niang comes up to backscreen the ball screener's man. With Mitchell on ball, Valanciunas needs to step up to stop him from nailing the 3, but the screen then puts him 3 steps behind Rudy. Kyle Anderson is so worried about Jordan Clarkson behind the arc that he doesn't tag the roll man, and it's 2 more free throws for the Stifle Tower. Another Spain pick and roll in the 4th, where Niang slips the screen before making contact, and watch what this does to the defense. Jackson and Morant guard this like a regular pick and roll with a contain and chase, while Dillon Brooks had a chance to just stay there and make sure Rudy didn't get the ball. Instead, Brooks is so concerned with Niang getting open, he vacates, and the only hope the defense has is that Jackson can somehow block Rudy's dunk. That's not going to happen. I think Mike Conley has some football in his background as he nicely executes a run block scheme on Valanciunas as part of the Spain pick and roll. This actually was a good thing for the defense, since it forces Ja to switch on to Rudy and be the container of the ball handler. All Kyle Anderson had to do was turn and run to Conley flaring out to the wing, but Valanciunas didn't do a good job calling this out, and it leaves them steps behind, as Conley trolls them with a double pump before knocking it down. The Jazz have this pet play that starts with a pass and right back before the ball screen is set. Valanciunas wants to step up not to allow an open 3, and we get the same weird rotation. Instead of the weak side tag from Bane, they rely on Anderson having to go all the way across the lane. No way he gets there in time, and nice double pump dunk, Mr. Favors. Same play, and the Grizzlies defend this with a very traditional weak side tag from the corner. But notice how this roll to the hoop almost guarantees the open corner 3 from Ingles, who dips the ball from his eyebrow to his chin before splashing for an 8-point lead. Watch the creativity with the rotation in the same action. It looks like Dillon Brooks was going to tag just like in the last possession, but Jaren Jackson Jr. sinks into the paint to take away the roll, and that leaves a simple 15-foot pass to Royce O'Neal wide open, giving him a practice shot. The roll man continued to confound the Grizzlies defense in the 4th, this time with a double ball screen. Anderson switches after the first screen onto the ball. Valanciunas again hedges high to stop a potential shot, but it leaves a gap to allow Conley to make the bounce pass to Rudy. Check the gravity Mitchell has. Brooks does not want to leave him for a second, and as a result, there's no one there. But what would little 6'5" Dillon do against the 7'3" Gobert anyway? If the Grizzlies continue to let the ball handlers use the ball screen, they won't be able to get enough stops to then allow the wondrous Ja Morant offense to win them the game. Keep your eyes open for the roll man in Game 3, because I know it'll be the key to the Jazz's fortunes in this series and beyond.